Hey guys, welcome to the J-Chip Show. My name is J-Chip, and today I have my August and September pickups for 2019. So, yeah! So before we get to the pickups, I just want to say I had an absolute blast in Chicago. Me and my friend Chase went to Chicago for AEW All Out, and we had an amazing time. And that was such a cool event and such a cool experience to be there live. And I got this cool Cody shirt. But not only did I get a cool Cody shirt, I got a lot of cool stuff. And I know there's a lot of memes out there of Chris Jericho and a little bit of the bubbly, but I do not have bubbly, so I cannot do any of that. But I do have some water, so pretend this is bubbly. Yeah, let's get to it. So one of the things I picked up over the last 2 months were a couple of books. One of them was a strategy guide that I got at Chicago, and the other one was what I got not too long ago. We'll just start off with that. Daniel Bryan's Yes book. Haven't read it yet, but it looks like a good read, and I really like Daniel Bryan, so hopefully this is a good book. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Next up, the Resident Evil 5 strategy guide. I got this in Chicago at a game store called Exchange, and it was a pretty cool place. It was very, very atmospheric. There was a lot of horror stuff, which I was really into. There's a lot of wrestling stuff, a lot of video games, a lot of anime. And yeah, it was a really cool place. I just wish I had a bit more money to go in there, but I mean, hey. I got this really cool Resident Evil 5 strategy guide, so I can't really complain. Next up are the Blu-rays, which wasn't a massive haul, but it's still Blu-rays and it's still kick-ass, and it's what I like. So the first Blu-ray I picked up was Halloween 2018. This was a pretty good movie, though it's not my favorite Halloween sequel after rewatching it recently. I think my favorite Halloween sequel may be H2O, though I kind of want to watch all of them and then just give my personal opinion. Maybe I'll do a ranking video of all the Halloween movies. Wouldn't that be fun? But it's still a really good movie. It was the first Halloween movie I saw in theaters, so that kind of means something to me. Next up, Real Life, which is an anime that came out in 2016. And yeah, this is actually a pretty cool show. I recommend that you watched it in my Orange review. And I do recommend you check this out. This is a pretty cool show, though I do recommend you watch the OVA so you can get a complete story. Because the show, sadly, does not end. Next up, Yu Yu Hakusho Season 1 Steelbook. Funimation started to re-release this. This is all that's out for Yu Yu Hakusho. The Season 2 is going to be out, I think, in November, but this is a pretty cool set. And you get some art cards in this black envelope, which it's not a lot, but I mean, they're still really cool. Little white art cards. There you got the gang right there. Then you got Yusuke being badass. So yeah, they're re-releasing my favorite anime of all time, and it's just like, I gotta have it. And yeah. They're also doing the same thing with a Fruits Basket, that limited edition thing. I might pick that up. I don't know. Depends on my budget, and yeah, if I do pick it up, I'll definitely do an unboxing here on this channel. So yeah, let's get to the rest of the stuff. Up next is my N64 pickups, which I only got 4 games, so hey, that's pretty kick-ass. So let's start off with 1080p Snowboarding, and Tosh Miller, thank you for writing on the fucking game, but like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I can easily get this off. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's just like, ugh, why do people do that? Up next, Superman 64, which is definitely an game, because this thing is frustrating. I hate the controls. This game is ugly. The music is alright. I know this is part of the Superman animated series, which I've never seen, but yeah, I do like Superman. It's just, I wish he had a good game, you know? I wish he had a better game than this. I wish Rocksteady would just release a Superman Arkham trilogy or something like that to give Superman some credit, because he's an awesome character and I do like him a lot. Next up, Beetle Adventure Racing. Now this game was recommended by Nintendo on his N64 video, and yeah, this game is actually a lot of fun. I don't care about Beetles. I mean, they're cool, but this game is freaking awesome. It's got great controls. If you're a fan of racing games, of arcade racing games specifically, pick this game up. It's really, really good. Speaking of racing games that are really, really good, Diddy Kong Racing. Controversial statement, but I think this is way better than Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64, while it is a really good game, I just prefer this because it has a story mode, you can drive a plane, and plus you can play as Diddy Kong, who is awesome. Next up is the only Sega Genesis game I picked up, which was Fantasia. Not as good as a lot of the other Mickey Mouse games, but this is still not bad. It isn't complete, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm not that picky when it comes to picking up Sega Genesis games or any game that matter. If it doesn't have the manual, I'm perfectly okay with that. Just as long as it has the game for at least kart-based games. That's all I really care about. Next up, I got a big stack of PS2 games, so let's get right to it. First up, The Plan, or The 3 Plan. I don't know how you pronounce this game. You know, correct me if you know the correct pronunciation, but I'm going to call it The Plan because that just seems easier. And this game is actually kind of cool. You play as 3 characters right there on the cover, and you kind of are like a spy. You kind of just go on heist, and it's a lot of fun. You switch between the characters. I haven't gotten too far into this game, but I did beat the train level, which was pretty fun. Pick this up. This game is still really cheap. I picked it up for like $1, and yeah, this game is worth $1. Next up, I picked this game up in Chicago, Radiata Stories. Now, I know nothing about this game, still haven't played it, but this was recommended to me by my friend, and he said that this was a pretty cool game, so, you know, I trust his judgment. Next up, Pac-Man World 2. You know, it boggles my mind that we don't have any more Pac-Man World games besides the first 3. This is actually a really cool, like, platforming game, and I love this game a lot. I even love the Miss Pac-Man platforming game on the PS1. That was a pretty cool game, and, you know, all 3 of these games are fantastic. And I just wish we had more, or like an HD remaster or something like that, because these games are still really good. Next up, my Kingdom Hearts PS2 collection is now complete because I have Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, or Re-Chain of Memories. Yeah, sorry for the glare, but yeah, this game, I haven't played it, but I've heard this is a lot of people's least favorite, so kind of dreading that, but I mean, hey, maybe I'll have a different experience. And lastly, I also picked this up in Chicago, Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I like this game. I like the Star Ocean games. This is probably my second favorite Star Ocean game. My first would definitely be Till the End of oh my god, The Second Story. That one would probably be my favorite on the PS1. But this game is still pretty cool, and it is complete. It's got the 2 discs, and it's pretty sexy. Next up are the DVDs, which is a pretty big stack. It's all anime, so let's just get right to it. Damn it. Season 2 and Season 3 of Rurouni Kenshin. No Season 1, sadly, but I got a very good deal on these. It was 10 for the pair, and I thought that was really kick-ass. And I'm probably going to get Season 1 for fairly cheap if I find it at that place again. But, yeah. Happy to have these. And the thing that just fell is the Irresponsible Captain Tyler. And I also picked up its OVA. Haven't watched the OVA yet, but I have seen the show, and it's a very, very good show. The dub is terrible, but it's like a so bad it's good kind of thing. And I don't know, I got a soft spot for it, and the OP is amazing. Check it out. I might rewatch this and review on the channel, maybe, but who knows. All I know is that this is a really cool show, and I do recommend it. Next up is the big one, for August at least. I picked up the Nintendo Switch. and the Switch is pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this a whole lot. Sorry T-Belly, but I like the PS4 more. But this is still a really cool device. And the first two games I picked up physically for it, and so far is the only games I have physically for it, is Super Mario Maker 2 and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu is Gen 1 all over again. It's like Pokemon Yellow, and I do like that game a lot, and I do like this game quite a bit. I just wish it was a little bit harder, and I wish like the two-player mode was a little bit better, because it's not that great in my opinion, but this is still a really kick-ass Pokemon game, and I do recommend it. And Mario Maker 2, even though I haven't played a lot of Switch games, I do think this is probably my favorite, just because of the amount of fun that you can have with this game. This game is never ending. There are so many levels to play from. I'm not that much of a creator, but I do have some levels, so if you want to try them out, I'll leave the codes down in the description below, and I'll also leave my friend code if you want to be my friend. That's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed this pickup video. If you've seen or played any of these games in anime and movies that I picked up, let me know what you thought about them down below. Also, if you are a collector, let me know what you picked up in August and September. I can't wait for next month because it's all about Halloween and horror movies, and I just can't wait because I love horror movies. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I love you all. I am the champ of YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you all next time. Big thanks to Warpbait, Stuff We Play, and Nia-chan for supporting me on Patreon. You guys rock. Yeah.